Beyonce, Jay-Z, Billie Eilish, Justin Bieber, MKBHD, Lil Nas X, Linus Tech Tips, the list goes on and on and on. So what do they all have in common? They all use the same headphones. Hey everyone, what's happening? Today I want to talk about these headphones. They are the Technica ATH-M50x's. Originally released in 2014, they've become a staple in the audio industry. Everyone uses them. You'll see them everywhere. On top of all the people I mentioned, I use them too. The beat you're hearing in the background, I mixed and mastered completely on these exact headphones. I've been using them for almost a decade, which is like, damn, I'm old. I want to go over the specs and features of these, some general headphone information, and why you see these everywhere. But don't just take my word for it.
I went out and got a pair, and they lasted me for almost 10 years.
That's my friend Nate. He's a professional in the audio world, working as a sound designer and releases music under the artist name Nathan Irving. He's been using the M50s for a long time now, and he was kind enough to speak with me about them.
And it's only been since like getting a new job that actually like provided me with like a higher end pair of headphones that I switched. But you know, I wouldn't have bought them for myself. You know, I would have stuck with what I knew.
Thanks, Nate. We'll hear more from him throughout the video. So the M50x's are over-ear, closed-back headphones. Faz, what the hell does that mean? Over-ear means they cover your ears. There are also on-ear and in-ear headphones, and recently an uptick in bone conduction, like the Ray-Ban Story sunglasses. I've never used that kind, but if you have, tell me how they hold up. So these are technically over-ear, but they aren't as large as some other designs, so it may not completely cover your ears as some others do. Closed back means they are completely encased around the back. They're also open back and the worst of both worlds, semi-open backs.
That's nasty.
It weighs around 286 grams, roughly the weight of 2 baseballs. This is important because heavy headphones can get really uncomfortable. For example, the Apple AirPod Maxes are over 100 grams heavier and get very uncomfortable after long periods of time, as some people have stated. Now let's go over my favorite part about these headphones. It's extra items and features. It comes with 3 cables, a 1/4-inch adapter, and a carrying case. So the 3 cables are a short, long, and coiled cable. And I love this because I can leave one in my computer and leave one in my portable recording device for when I'm doing VOs in the closet. Another thing I love about these cables is that they are detachable and they lock into place. I've had other headphones with detachable cables, and more than once I've accidentally yanked out the cable and it's super annoying. The downside of the locking mechanism is that the cables become proprietary, so you can't just use any old aux cable. But luckily, it comes with 3, so that has never been a problem for me. The 1/4-inch adapter also screws on, which I really like. Unlike the cables though, you don't have to use one that screws into place. It will still work with any old adapter. Also, this is not that rare. I've seen many headphone models with threads to screw on adapters. And I love the carrying case. It fits everything nicely because these wonderful things fold right up. It's fantastic for portability and storage in a way that most headphones are not.
I will also say being able to take out the cord is a big deal because like I love that. I have such a hard time with tangled wires.
Additionally, the cups swivel so they can lay flat when you're not using them, or if you want to do the classic one-ear listen like you're a DJ at Coachella, it's very easy to do so. But they don't quite swivel a full 180 degrees. I don't know if the camera's gonna focus, but it's, as you can see, it's totally straight here, but it's off by like a couple degrees here. You can't put it all the way for some reason, which is really annoying. But anyway, I love being able to just detach the cable, lay it around my neck, walk away. I cannot live without this feature. On top of all that, these things are super durable. Again, I've been using these daily for almost a decade. They've been with me across the world, tossed in my backpack countless times, and they still work perfectly. They definitely have some wear and tear, but pretty much every part is replaceable. You can buy replacement cuffs online, replacement wires, even a headband cover thing. Prices vary depending on where you get the stuff, but you're usually looking at 20 to 40 bucks US depending on what you're replacing. I also know there's this website called wickedcushions.com, not a sponsor or endorsement. I have never used them, but it's usually a bit cheaper on there than other places I've seen, and it's the only place as far as I know that only does replacement parts for headphones. That's all they do, so it's pretty cool. If you've used Wicked Cushions before, I'd love to hear about your experience because I think it's about time I replaced my cushions. These headphones have a neutral sound profile. This just means they don't accentuate any particular part of our listening range. For example, Beats headphones notoriously boost the low end so you get way more bass. That can be fine if you're only listening to certain genres of music, but it will make other things sound muffled or buried, especially speech.
Oh, good grief.
These, on the other hand, don't have too much bass. It's good for mixing voices because it's clear. Nate?
They have like just a very clear and honest sound. There is something about like the quality of them that is very flat, very like, what you see is what you get on the ATHs. So I always felt very confident that when I was listening to something, I wasn't getting any kind of like significant boosting anywhere. I did get into, over the course of my career, into podcast editing and film sound design. That's a big piece of my career now. And for that, I used it to mix and to, for everything, because you really got to hear a lot of details of like, mouth clicking or background ambiences that were getting in the way,
So this sound profile is one of the reasons professionals love these things. They are neutral and can be used for so many different applications. They are incredibly versatile, and the price point is magnificent. They only cost 150 bucks US, depending on where you get them. For this price, you are not going to find anything this good.
You did raise this idea of like value against quality, and I think that that's huge. I've tried cheaper headphones. I've even tried cheaper versions of the ATH series and the Audio Technica series, and they don't sound as good. When I was first kind of starting to get into, making my own music and wanted to get like a nice pair of headphones, I really didn't have a ton of money. My family didn't have a ton of money, but I was teaching piano lessons at the time, so I had some cash to burn. But the difference between the $150 ATH-M50s and maybe like a $200 or $250 headphone isn't that huge of a quality bump.
And I can relate completely with that experience. I needed something good enough for my production classes, but I had negative money while I was in college. Being able to get something this high quality for that price was a godsend. And this is the main reason everyone uses these headphones. They are so cheap for what they offer. They sit perfectly at the intersection of quality and price that makes it easy to throw into a studio where people are coming in and out all the time, and you're getting a lot of use out of them. But not everyone loves them. You can find some people flaming them on, well, where else? Reddit. Here are the main complaints I see about these headphones. They are uncomfortable for some people. In my experience, they are very comfortable, but I have a very tiny head, so maybe I'm an outlier. But I know a few people that have larger heads that say this gets uncomfortable as they don't quite fit all the way around their ears. The next complaint is that they are a bit tinny, meaning not enough bass and too much high end. And if you're used to bass boosted stuff like beats, or primarily listening to genres with heavy bass, that's a valid criticism. But what's not a valid criticism is that they're not audiophile level equipment. Yeah, nothing at this price point is. There may be headphones with a sound profile you like more, but you're not getting to audiophile tier unless you pay significantly more, and that's not a fair comparison. Because these aren't for high-end listening. They're a Swiss Army workhorse. That's why everyone loves them. They have a versatile sound profile, they're portable, durable, repairable. They have a bunch of practical quality of life features, and all at an extremely reasonable cost. That's why I've been using them for 9 years and counting. I'll probably just replace the ear cushions and keep using them. What headphones do you use? Have you tried these? Do you like something else? Do you think I'm wrong about anything? Let me know. And thanks to Nate for giving his input on why he's been using them for most of his career. If you like this video, please subscribe. It helps me a ton. It's free, it's quick, and thank you so much for watching. It means so much to me. I'm Faz. Have a great day, and remember to play.